today we are going to make a monster. So you saw on the slides the monster inspiration sheet that I have right here, and this gives you lots of ideas of parts that you can add to your monster. The cool thing about this project is you are really going to get to be creative and make your own decisions. So on the sheet there are horns, bodies, mouths, arms and legs, eyes. You get to choose all those things, and maybe you will even choose to make something that's not on this sheet if you have your own idea. If you're watching this video, that means that you are going to want to make your project out of collage style. So that means for this you will need paper, a bunch of different types of scrap paper. Oops, there we go. You are going to need a scissors and some glue. I have a glue stick. You could use regular Elmer's glue too. If you want to, you could also grab some markers if you want to add some different details to your collage with marker. Okay, I'm going to take all of this aside, and I'm going to start out with a piece of paper. Whoop, that one's kind of small. I think I'm gonna choose orange. Let's do that. Okay, so I got a nice regular size piece of paper that's orange, and I'm looking back at my monster inspiration sheet here, and I'm gonna start out with my body. Now, on the sheet, it says there's symmetrical bodies and asymmetrical bodies. Symmetrical bodies are bodies that, or anything that's the same on both sides. Asymmetrical means it's not the same on both sides. See, this side it comes out, and this side is not the same. So you can decide what you want. If you want an asymmetrical body, you can draw it first and then cut it out, or you can just cut it right away. I'm going to make a symmetrical body. So to do that, I want both sides to be the same. So what I'm gonna do to help me, here's a little trick, is I'm gonna fold my piece of paper in half, and then I'm gonna take a marker, put the cap on the back so I don't lose it, and I'm gonna draw one side of my body on my piece of paper, right on the folded part, not the part that opens, the part with the fold. All right, so I'm gonna start out here, and maybe I'm gonna make some zigzag lines. Remember, whatever you draw, you have to cut out. So think about that when you draw. If it's really tricky, you might have a hard time cutting it out. Then I'm gonna click it to close it. And I'm gonna grab my scissors. Remember, when we use scissors, we're gonna put our thumb up, the rest of the fingers in the bottom part, and when we cut away from each ourselves. And I'm gonna cut right on the line here, and this hand's gonna be my helper hand, so it's gonna turn my paper around to help me. Up, open, close, open, close. Look at how my helper hand is moving my paper around to help me cut the best that I can. I picked a little bit more of a challenging shape to cut out. If you did just more of a round shape, it would be a little bit easier. There we go. And then I'll put that off to the side and open it up. And look at it, it's the same on both sides now. So that's a little trick for you. All right, I'm gonna grab some other colors that I want. I'm gonna add horns and a mouth and legs. So I'm gonna do that now. One more little trick that I'm gonna tell you about, and then I'm gonna get to work and you can kind of see me do mine, is that if you would like your eyes to be the same thing that you did with your body, you can do again. So I could take, if I want black eyes, I'm gonna fold my piece of paper in half, and you could get a white crayon if it's black, or you could try your pencil. And I don't have a white, I have this bright yellow. I'll try that. I think we'll be able to see it pretty well. Oh yeah. And I'm gonna draw the shape on my piece of paper. And remember, I folded it, so there's 2 pieces of paper. But now I'm gonna take my scissors, thumb up, and I'm gonna cut both of these pieces of paper at the same time, with my other hand helping steer the paper around. All right. And now I have 2 pieces of paper, and this part that's traced out, I'm gonna make that be the back side. All right, just like that. I could do that again with horns, legs, arms, all those types of things. I can always fold my paper in half, draw it, and then cut both papers together so that I get the same shape on both sides and it's symmetrical. All right, I'm gonna keep working on drawing and cutting out pieces to finish my monster. So you can watch me do that now. As you can see, I have all of my pieces cut out now, but they're not glued down. I just placed them first where I want to glue them because I didn't want to glue it down until I knew exactly what I wanted. Now I can get my glue out, and I'm using a glue stick. Remember, you put the glue up just a little bit, not way up high, just a little bit, and then I can start gluing down. Look how I made my horns, my arms, and my legs. I'm gonna glue them behind the body because I think that's gonna look better than on top of the body. So when I put the glue, I'll do that. All right, so I'm gonna start piece by piece. I'm gonna start with this mouth, and I'm gonna, remember, put glue all over the back, even the edges. And carefully stick it down right where I want it. If you need to put a placemat down like I have underneath, that might be helpful because then you can get glue on it and not worry. All right, and then the tongue. Now the tongue, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of trimming because I'm gonna put it right here, but look at, it's like, can you tell it's like coming off this side? So I'm gonna look on the back here, and I'm just gonna trim the red that's showing. So it's not like, it doesn't look like the tongue is not part of the mouth. There we go, see, that's a little bit better. And now the mouth is ready, I can glue that onto the monster body. And then, and sometimes I like this one, I like to do it a little crooked. That makes it more fun. Then I'm gonna keep gluing the rest of the body parts onto the monster. All glued. Let me see so you can see the top and the bottom. He's so big. All right, I got that all glued down, so it's all together now. And maybe you could tell when you watched the part of me gluing, but when I glued the arms and the horns and the legs, I just put some glue on the end, not the whole arm, just a little bit on the end, and then I tucked it underneath and pressed it down. So I actually put glue on the top of those pieces. I am just going to add a little bit of decoration and a little bit of texture. Remember we learned about texture with the leaves? I'm gonna add a little bit of that to my monster now. So I'm gonna get my black marker out, put the cap on the back, and I'm gonna start by adding some stripes to the horns. But remember, again, you can do whatever you want. Maybe you've got zigzags on yours or wavy lines. Remember Larry the Line? Think of all the different line ideas you could add to horns or legs. So there we go. I've got some striped horns, and maybe I'm gonna make his horns and his legs match. So I'm gonna do some stripes on his legs too. Some straight lines. And I think the only other thing I'm going to add to is his arms. I think I'll keep the body just like that. But if you wanted to add something like polka dots or something to the body, you could. I'm going to add some little, it's called a scalloped line. It's like a little, like a wavy line like that. And that makes it look like scales. So he's got some like scaly arms here. I'll just add that pattern on his arms. And then I will be all done. Again, you could do anything to the arms, and your arms and legs and horns may not look like mine, which is fine. You should have your own idea of what your monster will look like. That's what's fun about this is I cannot wait to get all of them back so I can see all of the fun different monsters. All right, there's one scaly arm. Do another scaly arm. If you need to look back at the slides and see some different lines and pattern ideas, you can do that too. Almost finished here. Might be fun to give your monster a name also, right? Give him a, or her. Maybe your monster is a girl. I keep calling mine him. I guess mine's a boy, but yours might not be. Yours might be a girl monster. What is a good name for this monster? Almost finished. And here we go. Click it to close it. There's my finished monster. Whoa. Oh my gosh. I think I'm gonna call him Buster. I don't know why. He just looks like a Buster to me. Buster the monster. Here's Buster the monster. I think that these arms maybe fly. They might be wings too. I don't know. All right, I can't wait to see what your monster collage looks like and which parts of the monster inspiration sheet you take from, or maybe you're just gonna think of your own things. All right, post it to Seesaw when you're done so that I can see it. Have fun.